Welcome back, viewers. Thank you, Amit. Thank you for the introduction. Don't want to be repeating that. Welcome, all viewers. We are at the MRF MMSC FMSC Indian National Racing Championship 2020 and now getting ready to the Idemitsu Honda Talent Cup 2020. This race will have a formation lap. The riders finishing up the final checkup. The riders' vehicles are started using the starter motor there. You could see there the Honda technician starting it for P3. The bikes used here are the NFS NFS 250s. Those are the starter motors helping to start the bike. The riders will now go on a formation lap. That's a 30-second board. We will have a green flag waved from the starter box while the riders... That's a formation lap. The riders go on a formation lap. For riders who have joined us late on this particular broadcast, the red color vest the riders are wearing are the airbags. Those are the safety airbags which gets deployed in case of a crash or a fall. The riders wearing the red colors vests are the airbags meant for their safety. This is the first race for the open category for the Idemitsu Honda Talent Cup 2020. The quick lineup of the riders in no particular order. On the grid is Kevin from Chennai, Sarthak Chavan from Pune, Varun from Chennai, Samuel Martin from Bangalore, Jeffrey from Chennai, Raj Dashwant from Trichy, Mohan Valchari, A.S. James, and Charan T from Chennai. Deepak is from Chennai. Those are 10 riders on the grid for this race. This is part of the Idemitsu Honda Talent Cup 2020 NSF 250R open category. The riders now lining up on the start grid. This would be a 6-lap race. The riders lining up there. The marshal giving a green signal to the starter box. The grid is ready now and the 5-second board is out and it would be lights on. And it's a start. The race has begun, and a brilliant move there by Sarthak Chauhan. Sarthak Chauhan had a good start and has taken the lead there. Sarthak Chauhan leading the race from P2, now moving on to P1. A brilliant start by Sarthak. Sarthak has taken a good lead and he's moving on to turn 2. On P2 now is Kevin. Oh, that's a good lead by Sarthak. Hope he holds on to that lead and only increases. On P2 is Kevin. The riders are now moving on to turn 4. These riders are really quick. The bikes are extremely fast. The riders do a lap time of close to 150 to 155, and sometimes they have even gone to 1 minute 49 seconds. That's the race leader there, Sarthak Chauhan, and there's a close fight for P2 and P3 between bike number 3 and bike number 2. Sorry, 2 leading the race. It's bike number 3 and bike number 1. On 3 is Varun from Chennai, and on 1 it's pole setter Kevin. The riders are on lap 1 and end of sector 2. The standing is Sarthak leading, followed by Varun, and on third place is Kevin. There has been a move at the S bend by Kevin on Varun. So Varun is now moved on to third place and Kevin on second place. There is a close battle for the second and the third place, where Sarthak is making use of this fight and taking his lead further ahead. At the end of lap 1, it's Sarthak Chauhan leading the race, followed by Kevin and Varun fighting for the second and the third place. Now Sarthak having a clear 2 seconds lead. Sarthak actually making full use of the fight between Kevin and Varun there for the second and the third place. Oh, there has been a fall. The rider is safe. We'll update the rider shortly as we are unable to see the number. And as you see on your screen, it's Sarthak Chauhan taking the lead, followed by Varun and Kevin. On your screen is bike number 4, Jeffrey from Chennai, taking the turn 4. Fastest lap of the lap set by the race leader Sarthak Chauhan at 1 minute and 54.380 seconds. Followed by Kevin and Varun on the race grid. They are on second lap of the race, and that's Sarthak there. Sarthak has now increased his lead close to 2.5 seconds as he moves on to the end of sector 2 of lap 2. That's the race leader Sarthak Chauhan. The bike that crashed was bike number 9 competition AS James. The rider is safe as we see he's walking around. On your screen is bike number 4 rider Jeffrey. The leaders are now completing the second lap as they come to the home straight. On the lead is Sarthak Chauhan on competition 2, followed by competition number 1 Kevin, and on third place is Varun. Sarthak now increasing his lead to 2.5 seconds, followed by Kevin, and on third place is Varun. Finishing 4th on lap 3 was Jeffrey on 4th place, and on Charan T on 5th place. On your screen is the race leader Sarthak Chauhan there, followed by Kevin, pole setter, and on third place is Varun from Chennai. Sarthak sets yet another faster lap time, and his time now is 1 minute 50.997 seconds. As mentioned earlier, these bikes and the riders are capable of going below 1 minute 50 seconds. We have another 4 laps in this race, and we would definitely see that happening. Those are the race leaders there on your screen as they come onto the back straight. That's Sarthak Chauhan on competition number 2, followed by Kevin, competition number 1, and on third place is competition number 3, Varun. These riders have been going through rigorous training over the last few weeks here at Madras Motorsports Racetrack. And that fight for the 4th and the 5th place between Jeffrey and Charan. The riders now completing the 4th lap and entering the penultimate lap. Sarthak Chauhan leading the race, followed by Kevin, and on third place is Varun. There's a close fight for the 4th place between Jeffrey and Charan. On your screen is the fight for the 4th place between Jeffrey and bike number 10, Raj from Trichy. The race leader Sarthak Chauhan, all of 14 years on your screen, followed by Kevin, and on third place is Varun. And that's the fight for the 4th place between bike number 10 and 4. On bike number 10 is Raj, and on bike number 4 is Jeffrey. That's the fight for the 4th and the 5th position as the riders move to turn 5. The race leader is now on the back straight, led by Sarthak Chauhan, followed by Kevin, and on third place is Varun. Followed by Raj and Jeffrey in 4th and 5th place respectively. The riders now moving into the 3rd sector. The riders now completing the bridge complex and entering the last corner. That's the race leader coming in on the start finish line, and now Sarthak Chauhan increasing his lead. He is now leading the pack by 2.4 seconds from his nearest rival Kevin, who was a pole setter. And on third place is Varun from Chennai, who is gone behind. He is 2.5 seconds behind his nearest competitor Kevin. So all the top 3 riders are separated by 2.5 seconds each. It should be a comfortable ride for all 3 of them, and as we saw in the previous race, if there are no mistakes done, they would be able to hold on to their respective positions. As we've seen in the past, they might close in and there might be a close competition for the top 3 position also. The riders and the machine are capable of doing this, and the fastest lap is now set by Kevin in the previous lap of 1 minute 50.766 seconds. That's 0.2 seconds faster than what Sarthak had set in the previous lap. All probability, now that Kevin is not fighting with Varun, he might close into Sarthak. We are on the penultimate lap of the race as the riders come into the last sector. On your screen is the race leader Sarthak Chauhan from Pune. This is the second season for Sarthak on this bike, and so is for Kevin and Varun. Sarthak there on your screen taking the last corner, entering into the final lap of the race with a lead of close to 3 seconds, followed by Kevin. My mistake, I expected it to be a 3-second lead. No, he is actually been closed in. Kevin is closed in. It's just a 1.7 seconds gap between Kevin and Sarthak. Will Kevin be able to catch up with Sarthak in the final lap? Time to watch that. 1.7 seconds is quite far distance to catch up. Varun 3 seconds behind Kevin there on the third place, and on the 4th place is Raj, and on 5th it's Jeffrey from Chennai. On your screen is Varun on 3rd place at turn 4 into the sector 2, and on the far end we see Sarthak Chauhan and Kevin there in 1st and 2nd position respectively. This is the last lap of the race. The riders are on the back straight. Last lap of the race, Sarthak holding on to his position. Sarthak had a brilliant start, and from the start he is holding on to his position. He took a brilliant start and at turn 1 made a move, and he has been on the 1st position right from turn 1 of lap 1. The riders are now on the final sector. Kevin is closing in, but is it too late for Kevin to catch up? We'll have to see. There's one more corner to go, and Sarthak leading the race. Kevin trying to close in, but it's going to be too late for Kevin. And that's Sarthak Chauhan taking the checkered flag to win the race, followed by Kevin in 2nd place. But a good ride by Kevin. He reduced the gap to 0.3 seconds. At one point, it was Sarthak leading by close to 2.8 seconds, and Kevin closed in. And the fastest lap is also set by Kevin at 1 minute 49.206. Viewers, I did say that this mission and riders are capable of doing below 150, and they did do that. Kevin set the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 49.206 seconds. Brilliant ride by all riders. The final finishing order as the riders take the checkered flag is the race winner Sarthak Chauhan, followed by Kevin from Chennai. On 3rd place is Varun from Chennai, and on 4th place it's Raj from Trichy, and on 5th place it's Jeffrey from Chennai. On 6th place it's Charanti from Chennai, and on 4th place it's Monish from Valacheri. Samuel Martin, Deepak S and A.S. James did not finish the race. That was the end of the Idemitsu Honda Talent Cup Honda NSF 250R Open Category Race 1. We have one more race for this category tomorrow. While the riders come into the pit lane at Park Farme, a quick update and the next upcoming race. The next race is the TVS One Make Championship 2020 Girls category. This is the 2nd race for the girls category. The grid position will be as per the finishing order of race 1. We should talk about this race as and when the race commences. Right now, the riders are moving on their victory lap towards the pit lane to Park Farme. On your screen is the beautiful track of Madras Motorsports Racetrack. The view is from turn 3 to the King, moving towards turn 4. Those are the race leaders, Sarthak Chauhan, Kevin and Varun. Viewers, a reminder to all of you, these riders are in the age group of 14 to 18. On the screen there, congratulating the riders is the rider coach Ramji, who's been coaching the riders and mentoring over the last few years. Look at the happiness in their eyes, viewers. And now I'm handing over the mic to my colleague Palni at the Park Farme to talk to the riders. Over to you, Palni there. Congratulations to all riders.
a very good race for me, my first GP win. So I'm feeling really lucky and proud. So I look down for taking the championship as well. Thank you.
It was a good race. I got to a bad start. If I had gotten a better start, I felt I could have kept up with Sarthak, but it is what it is. That's it. I'd like to thank Honda Racing India and Idemitsu for allowing me to ride this amazing machine. Yep.
It was a good race, but not exactly as planned. I had a very bad start, and I left the Sarthak way ahead. I couldn't catch up with him because of a bad start. But next race, maybe I'll get a good start and stick with him, and maybe overtake him and come as champion.